Sports mix. Yeah, you in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny, news and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
What up, peoples? The sports mix. Big Kenny in the building. Got
Yeah.
my guy with me, Dean. Oh, what's up, homie?
All right. Feeling good.
Yeah. What we this the first place edition.
Yeah. How about that?
First place edition. You know, well, remember about 4 weeks ago. You know, people selling them PSLs, and
Yeah.
the Key Bridge had a had to put extra security out there. People jumping off the bridge, and
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
people was getting fired left and right and traded, and
Yeah.
coaches getting fired, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
look how the tables have turned.
Yeah. They can turn, man. Yeah.
The Ravens are 6-5, and they
Yeah.
got 3 back-to-back division games coming up. 2 of them against the team that was in first place.
Yeah. Man.
Gonna
They
be
said,
interesting.
they said that Ravens apparel was being worn at an all-time low. I mean, things was bad. Yeah, things were real bad. Um, Harbaugh and DaCosta was able to cut that rope off of Zach Orr's neck. He was almost done.
Uh, but
So
Purple Friday wasn't so purple no more.
yeah, one purple, man. People weren't wearing them jerseys.
Huh? Oh man, all the static coming from.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
That's on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got it. But hey, what's up, peoples? I see I got a couple people checking in. What's happening? Welcome to the Sports Mix. Make sure y'all subscribing over there on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Talking Ravens tonight. Ravens got a dub Sunday afternoon. Beat the Jets. Was not the prettiest of games, but a win nonetheless. Got the big dub. Uh, which propelled us to 6-5 on the season. It's been a long road to these 6 wins. Just say that. It was not easy. It was not an easy road. Like we said, man, and people was this morale was low in the city. You 1-5. You got a bunch of injuries. Got the guys out. LeBron missed a couple games. You had some key players out, and it just was looking ugly. And start getting some players back. Start getting a couple wins, and there we are. 6-5. 6-5. So,
And like you said, first place edition.
first place edition. This is
Yep.
the first place edition of the Sports Mix. First place this week. Thank you. Thank y'all. Because I'm waiting on my Steeler fans. One in particular. He probably gonna say he was asleep. Oh yeah, I missed the show. I was asleep. I get up at 4 o'clock to go to work. I don't hear that stuff. Because you surely stay up when y'all winning. You know, at least the first 30 minutes of the show. You know, but yeah, you know, big game, short week. You know, we right back at it Thursday night against the got somebody checking in here. Who is this? Amen. You love me on in living color. Man, thank you. I ain't know nobody remembered I was on there. Thank you.
They loved you when you was on in living color.
Yeah, you know, I was on in living color back in the day.
Oh,
Matthew the Hedgehog. Is it Matthew the Hedgehog? Thank you for subscribing.
yes,
Appreciate you.
absolutely.
Welcome to the Sports Mix.
Yes.
Matthew. Let me see who else is in here. I drop kids for fun. Uh-oh.
Mm.
He ain't related to Elder Barges.
Well,
Hey, I heard, you know, Elder Barge. Did you know Elder Barge had 12 kids?
12 kids.
12 kids.
Dang. No, I didn't know that. Did not know that.
I drop kids for fun. Thank you for the subscription, my guy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
appreciate it.
you. Yeah, I just heard right before the show, Elder Barge was on a podcast,
Wow.
and they said, you know, he said he got 12 kids, man.
Well,
That
thank-
that, that flew under the radar. He must have had them kids before social media.
well, now I know that when he was singing that song, I like the way you comb your hair. He was singing the more than one.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think he said he had 8 mothers.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know the women always love singers.
Yeah, well, you know.
You know, he had good hair.
Yeah, he had that real good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he can sing a little bit.
And could sing a little.
He can sing a little bit. You know what I
He
mean?
had a little money. Yeah, he was all right.
Yeah. You know, I think he probably out of the group between him and his brother that was in what was
Switch.
the other group? Switch.
Yeah.
Between them two,
Yeah.
the strongest 2 singers out of the family, but all of them can sing.
Yeah, they all had talent.
Yeah.
I had Bobby number 1 and L number 2.
Yeah, they was right there neck and neck.
Because man, when you think about and you see how we mixing it, right? You
For
see
sure.
that, right?
For sure.
That's a good DJ for you. He went
Yeah.
right into the mix on us.
Yeah,
And he
for sure.
and great mix, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was breaking news to me.
Yeah.
I said 12 kids, man.
Know that, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know that.
Big news, like you say, that had to be before TMZ was hot.
For sure. Yeah, 'cause they wouldn't have let that slide.
Nah, that ain't getting past them.
Yeah, they'd have been all over TMZ. 'Cause his kid, 'cause, you know, Elder Bud, they was out. I mean, they was popular in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was his prime baby making years. You know, when they was out there, you know, having hit after hit.
right.
Yeah.
They were actually on the that Motown show where where Michael did his thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they was on that.
They was a new up and coming group at that point.
Yeah, they had
The hot new group. They was the new Jacksons.
Yeah, they was gonna be, the new famous family. The Silvers was out back in the day, and the Jacksons, of course, and here come the DeBarges.
Mhm.
Obviously, I like I say, I put Bobby up there as the top singer because he was lead singer on "I Call Your Name" and those hits back there, and I just don't see L topping him on those.
Yeah.
Uh,
Both of them strong though.
Strong,
Strong lyricists.
talented family.
Yes, indeed.
Ain't have a whole lot of dance up in them, but they could
Nah, they wasn't doing too much.
nah,
in the dancing department.
yeah,
But they certainly had the vocals.
they had that
They had the vocals.
for sure.
And speaking of vocals,
Hmm.
the Ravens have sang their way all the way back to the top of the division.
Oh man, that was smooth, man. That was smooth.
Yeah.
Segment.
Yeah,
So
I'm on one tonight.
today.
I'm on one tonight.
Man, what a
I'm
difference
on one
the
tonight.
first place makes.
Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
feeling good, man. I'm thankful. Thanksgiving, I'm thankful.
Yeah.
Thankful to be here. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Dig into my Eddie Murphy bag. What was that? That was Trading Places.
Trading Place.
I'm very happy to be here.
Check out that Eddie thing. Is that Netflix?
And Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, strong.
Yeah, real strong.
Strong, man. Eddie Murphy, man. Another classic.
Classic.
Another classic, man. But yeah, we doing promo and everything.
Yeah.
Promo and everything. So yeah, we talk about the game a little bit because there's another one coming up Thursday against Cincinnati. Joe Burrow is supposed to play this game, so he's been out for a few weeks. Lamar Jackson ain't looking like he 100%.
No, he's not.
So that's going to be key. Going down the stretch of the season, is he, how injured is he? How healthy will he be going down the stretch? After this game Thursday, they have about 8 days, about 9-10 days before they have to play again, so he can get some rest. But I've been hearing people saying, well, maybe they should have sat him against the Jets and play him against the Bengals, but I'm not in favor of none of that, man. You play your guys when if they're able to play, you play them. You don't, because it's almost like we taking the Jets for granted.
Right.
And if you watch the game, you saw that the game wasn't their best game. It was an ugly game. They played from behind and had to really catch up.
Yeah.
In the second half, they took the lead in the second half. So it wasn't one of their better offensive games. And give the Jets credit. They uglied the game up a little bit. They came to play. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come over here to lay down and just be the doormats. And we know the Jets are a team in transition. They traded away a couple key players before the trading deadline, and I guess they're trying to figure out what they're going to do at the quarterback. So again, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm not somebody that follows the Jets, so I can't speak on what their plans are up there. I know Aaron Glenn is in his first year head coaching, so you hope he get an opportunity to put his program in place and get the players that he need to be successful. Just not last week.
Right.
Just not last week. So yeah, but the Ravens get the dub. They beat up on the Jets, got the win. One wasn't the most, again, people look for perfection. They want to beat teams like the Jets. You're supposed to score every time, and you're not supposed to let them score at all, and you're supposed to just blow them out of the gym. But it's football. They trying to win too. They trying to get a win too. So they playing for something. They get paid just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So good W. Way to stay on the winning streak. 6-5. Got 6 more games left. 6 more regular season games left. We getting into the meat of the season. That December grind. The weather's changing up. You got some division games left. You got what you got? You got Cincinnati. You got 2 with Cincinnati coming up, and you got 2 with Pittsburgh. One sandwiched in between the 2 Cincinnati games, and then you got the last game of the season. You got New England that's tough, and you got Green Bay that's tough, and you got Green Bay at Green Bay. So and it's gonna be cold out there. So the schedule is not easy per se. These are winnable games, of course, but you got to go out and play, and you just got to hope that they stay healthy throughout. Because again, I say it every time. I say it all the time. You want to be playing your best football this time of year. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be playing your best in September in October, you want to be at your best. November going into December, during that final stretch of the season, you want to be at your peak. So, getting players back from injured list, guys that have been missing, you're getting those guys back. We're getting a little bit more healthy, except for, like I said, Lamar don't look like he 100%, but he's still Lamar Jackson. He's still a threat out there. So, um, good win, on Sunday, and there we go. We down the home stretch. December is Monday. December is Monday, so we got one more game November, which is Thursday, and it's down to the home stretch. So just kind of what was your thoughts on the game this Sunday? What was your thinking? Your
Yeah,
overall synopsis.
yeah. I mean, it's like you're saying, it wasn't our best game, the Ravens. I definitely think, Lamar's been injured the last couple of weeks. Or even this week, I think he missed the practice, and they talking about a toe injury.
Hmm.
So now you talk toe, knee, hamstring. So that's affecting his play. You can see that there's a little reluctance to run out of that pocket
Yeah.
during the game. It seemed like he's holding the ball back there a little longer and not really wanting to run. Um, uh, Even his throwing motion, I think the injuries are affecting his throwing motion. He don't look like he really, twisting that body into them throws. Um, hadn't been quite as accurate.
Hmm.
But the body is a unit, and if even if it's your baby toe that's
Right.
messed up, it can mess with the rest of the body. And I think that's what's happening with Lamar. But still, as you pointed out, if he's okay to get out there and play, I would definitely rather have him there, out there. Especially with the that terrible start, and we were trying to walk down these Steelers. We did get some help from the
Hmm.
Chicago Bears knocking off the Steelers. Um, so, as Big Kenny said, we are in first place. Now, we got the same record as the Steelers, but based on the divisional play, um, we in first place. I think I think did the Browns beat them? I think the Browns beat the Steelers this
Hmm. No, 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 no. The
no
Browns beat the Raiders.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati beat them.
Cincinnati with Joe Flacco beat them. So the Ravens right now are undefeated in division play, beating the Browns twice. Um, and as mentioned before, we got to play the Bengals twice and the Steelers twice, finishing out the regular season. So, um, you know, offensively, you know, we're still struggling. Um, I think, defensively, you know, both of us, man, pretty much had Zach Orr, man, gone. We admit it. We admit to it. We had the guy gone.
Yeah,
Um,
he should have been out of here.
and they turned it around. I think this is after that Houston game, and I'm looking at the schedule now. We lost that one 44-10.
Hmm.
But since that game, we did lose to the Rams, but they scored 17 points. We beat the Bears 30-16. We only gave up 16. They gave up six to the Dolphins, 28-6. They gave up 19 to Minnesota. They gave up 16 to Cleveland, 10 to the Jets. So one, two, three, four, five. The last six games, nobody has scored 20 points against the Ravens. So
Hmm.
that's a huge turnaround when you think about we gave up 41 to the Bills, 38 to the Lions, 37 to the Chiefs, 44 to the Texans.
Yeah,
And that's a hell of a turnaround.
big turnaround.
And a lot of it is based on Kyle Hamilton being able to shift him up closer to the line of scrimmage where he's a beast with the trade with Oway and what's the Alohi guy. Um, but I got to take my hat off, man, to Draymond Jones.
Hmm.
Boy, been balling, man. What a trade. Got to give the Costa some credit on that. I didn't even hear this man's name in no trade scenarios.
Right.
Draymond Jones. In fact, I didn't even know who he was. You know, and
Right.
they done brought this guy here, man, and he's tough, man. He's putting pressure on the quarterback. Um, he had, and they might have given him credit for a sack and a half, but he had a couple sacks in that game. He blocked the pass. Um, he made plays, I think, on at least three occasions. He made plays where the Jets had to punt after he was sacked the quarterback or knocked the ball down, and he killed drives,
Yeah.
and, and that's pretty impressive, man. And so I'm thrilled about that. Um, the way the game went, Travis Jones, I thought he played strong. Hamilton is always there. I still have little worries about Hamilton being so close to the line of scrimmage all the time. You know, I worry about the injury bug with him, and you see he went into the tent a couple of times
Mhm.
during the game. So I do worry about that. He's 6'4" and low on the slender side. He's up there dealing with some big guys and a lot of contact up there near that line of scrimmage. But he's a monster. And, but great win. Great to be in first place. Um, and yeah, man, go Ravens. Y'all can pull y'all jerseys back out and start wearing them. Uh,
Yeah. Take them tickets off eBay
yeah, get them
or,
tickets
or,
off
or
there.
Priceline, wherever you sell them at.
Exactly, exactly.
So Pittsburgh lost to the Bears this weekend.
Yeah,
Not Cincinnati. They lost to Chicago.
yeah, they lost Chicago by 3.
Yeah. And I think Chicago came back to beat them,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, apparently that was a great game, and I I mentioned it last season, and I'm gonna mention it again. Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat. This franchise, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, them guys are thirsty for some playoff wins. They thirsty to be a contender, and they're used to it. I mean, they've been great teams up there. And, they're not meeting the Steelers standard, and just because you haven't had a losing record in a while, I don't think that's satisfying the Steelers fans. And if the Steelers don't make the playoffs this year, watch out, Mike Tomlin. That's all I can say.
He could end up in Cleveland.
Well, wow.
He could end up in Cleveland. I think they're gonna have a. I think they're gonna have an opening.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this: he won't be unemployed long.
he will not be unemployed long.
You know, if and when the Steelers decide to cut him, he won't be unemployed long. And Tomlin's still a relatively young guy. He's still in his early 50s.
Yeah,
You know, so he still got a few years left in the old tank there.
yeah,
And that's really he really at a point where if he want to still coach, you know, I always thought that his predecessor would have continued coaching
power.
Bill Cowher, and he found a home on the TV
Yeah,
because he was still a relatively young guy when he left the Steelers or from the sidelines. When he left the sideline, he was still relatively young guy,
yeah,
and his name was thrown about by some Ravens fans when Billick was on the hot seat. You know, bring him in here, and I was never in favor of that. You know,
no,
we don't need that stuff over here. Leave
mm-mm.
that leave that stuff in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, yeah,
We don't need that.
no, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, bad enough when you took some of their players. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, Roy Woodson is the only one I probably was in favor of.
yeah. Woodson was a nice pickup, and that was after he had went to Frisco and then came
Hmm.
to the Ravens. So he had already kind of
Or he had washed it off.
yeah, yeah. I get the feel of stuff. Um,
He cleansed himself in the bay.
yeah, yeah. So he doing Ravens announcing and all that stuff, man. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he Ravens.
It's almost like he never played for them, huh?
Exactly.
Where he win his ring at?
I don't even know how many did he get up there in Pittsburgh. Did he get any in Frisco?
This the only one he got
The one for the Ravens.
for the Ravens. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He wasn't part of the Pittsburgh. Ain't get nothing till he was gone.
Okay. Okay.
He went
Okay.
back to the Super Bowl with the Raiders, and they
Okay.
got stomped by Tampa Bay.
Dang.
He was
Okay.
on that squad when they got that butt whipping.
So he's with the Raiders.
Yeah, he's with Oakland. I think that was his last stop in the league, I believe.
Oh, after he left the Raiders. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. When he left here,
Yeah.
he was out there with. They had a bunch of old guys on the team there.
Well, they used to do that kind of stuff. Jerry
Yeah,
Rice might be playing there now.
yeah. Jerry Rice is out there. I think Tim Brown might have been still out there on his last legs.
Jerry Rice played. He was 65, didn't
Yeah, yeah.
he? Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
You
But
know,
I think, man, I think the Steelers, a lot of their issues that they've been having over the last 6 or 7 seasons of this mediocrity, finishing, with winning records but not doing a whole lot, maybe getting knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. I think it aligns with the departure of Ben Roethlisberger.
yeah.
The quarterback, they have not had a real bona fide quarterback since Roethlisberger left.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Kenny
I,
Pickett was
I gotta give a special shout out. Shout out to Sunshine.
okay.
Watching on Instagram.
Yeah,
My good friend. Hey,
sunshine,
Sunshine. Thank you for tuning in.
sunshine, blue sky.
Yeah, yeah. But back to the program. I had to shout my peoples out.
Roethlisberger, man, I think that's the big thing with the Steelers, the quarterback position.
Yeah.
They're hoping for some big things out of, what? How old is Aaron Rodgers? He's 40 plus, right?
41, I think.
He won something like that, coming off some injuries and stuff like that. So they were rolling the dice with him. I think he missed the last game or two. Uh,
Mhm.
so they rolled the dice with Aaron Rodgers, who can still play. But I think if you trace back the issues, uh, Roethlisberger retired. They drafted Kenny Pickett, which was a bad pick. Uh,
Mhm.
and so you had these issues with the Steelers moving forward. So, you know, um, and I think the saving grace for Mike Tomlin is really to have a bona fide quarterback. And I don't know where they're going to get that quarterback from at this point, but I think that's where their biggest need is quarterback.
And that's the thing, man. When you, as an organization, when you draft that quarterback, that franchise quarterback in that first round, and they don't pan out, it sets your organization back. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah,
financial commitment you got to make to a first round draft pick, and then the time, because you draft somebody in the first round to play them. You don't. I mean, you don't have the luxury. Green Bay's did it a couple times. They did it with Aaron Rodgers, and they did it with Jordan Love. It kind of sat
yeah,
behind legends. Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for a couple years, and then Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. But most organizations, when they draft that guy number one, they're looking to get him in there and get the ball rolling.
yeah,
You know, and like you said, Pittsburgh drafted Kenny Pickett a couple years ago, and he just didn't pan out. So they've had Mason. What's the kid? He quarterback Sunday.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph, and then you bring in Aaron Rodgers. So you got to pay Rodgers,
Yeah,
because he's going to command some money. But again, you hoping that at 41 he can, number one, avoid injury, which is not an easy thing to do at 41. It's not easy to do at any age playing quarterback, but a 41-year-old playing quarterback, who's not extremely mobile, but he's not a statue in the back in the backfield either. But again, it's injuries happen, and Father Time is undefeated. And again, Aaron Rodgers has missed a couple games. The Steelers, who were sitting pretty in first place a couple weeks ago, now find themselves tied with record-wise with the Ravens, and they got the Ravens on the schedule in a week and a half. You know, so Pittsburgh is definitely a team that's looking to stay afloat, if you will. They're looking to stay afloat. They're looking to stay in contention. The Ravens are on the uptick after the slow start. Started off, like we said, 1-5.
You know the Steelers play Buffalo this week.
And that's not an easy win. I mean,
Yeah.
not an easy game. Let me not talk about wins.
Right.
And they play, well, it's a home game for them.
Yeah.
I guess that means something. You got some home cooking. But
Okay.
yeah, this is that time of year. This is the time of year where, you know, champions are made. You can win some games in September and October and look good doing it. And you can lose some games in September and October and look horrible. But it's all about what you're doing in November going into December. That's going to determine, who's playing the best football going into January. And that's where it's at right now. You want to be on a roll going into January. And just I had opportunity to catch the second half of the Cowboys and Eagles game, which again, Dallas go down 21-0. They scored 24 unanswered and win the game 24-21.
Is that how that went down?
That's how it went down.
Wow.
20 they down 21-0. Looked like they gonna get ran out the gym.
Wow.
And they hung in there. The defense tightened up. Dak Prescott and the boys put some, they put some points up.
Yeah.
And they won the game with I think they kicked a field goal with zeros on the clock.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's that time of year.
I tell you what, I was glad that the Steelers let that boy go, that receiver. That's with Dallas now.
Yeah, he played good game too.
Yeah, what was it? His name escapes me.
Pickens.
Pickens. That boy is the truth, man. That dude can play some football. And I know they got DK Metcalf, but
Mhm.
I'm taking Pickens all day long. Ain't too many receivers in the league that I would take over Pickens. I know he got some kind of attitude issues. I know there was some locker room issues and things like that. But if I'm looking at sheer talent, he's one of the top receivers in the league as far as from what I've seen with my eyes. And I was glad to see him go.
Yeah.
Get out the division. Go over there and terrorize the Eagles and the Commanders and them teams. And I saw him make pretty some nice catches in that game against the Eagles.
Mhm. Mhm. And I believe he's a free agent. Yep, he's a free agent at the end of this season.
Wow, wow,
So he gonna command some money.
he is.
He's having a decent season with the Cowboys. He had a good game against Philly Sunday. Made some real key catches there.
Jerry Jones might open up that checkbook.
Yeah, Jerry might go ahead and pay him.
He
Jerry
might.
might go ahead and pay him, man. But he definitely you know, I thought the Steelers gave up on him a little too soon.
I thought so too.
I thought so. He was definitely, again, man. He's young. He showed a little immaturity out there. With some little immature stuff he was doing. But sometimes, man, that immaturity, you gotta give these dudes the opportunity to grow up. And if the headache, I heard a saying, if the headache is not as bad, if the headache is worse than the production, then you move on. But if he's a headache and he's producing, all right, we got to work with this. We got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it was some things they could have done to kind of help the situation out a little bit. Like I say, I don't follow the Steelers that closely, so I can't say one way or the other.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
did or did not happen. Out there. I know some things that we saw like in games and stuff like that. Just looked like immaturity stuff to me. Didn't look like it wasn't something that couldn't have been worked out. And maybe it was just some differences internally that maybe they felt like they had to move him. I don't know.
he had to
But
be
he's a hell of a talent.
had to be something. And they put him on situation, and with him and letting him go, and then also the other receiver that came to the Ravens for like a week or two,
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. He was another Steeler that that they let go of, and a lot of it is locker room issues and immaturity and things like that. So apparently, uh, Pickens was doing some things that, and you have to look at one of the strengths of Mike Tomlin is his handling of players and the
Hmm.
respect that he garnered from the players. So if they letting Pickens go and they letting Antonio Brown go and Johnson go, these guys must really be causing some issues. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of you not close enough to the situation to really understand what the story is. But if you letting a talent like that go, he must have really pissed some folks off.
Yeah. Yeah. He had to have, you know, upset some folks there. And then they traded him to Dallas. But they didn't been doing really well there with the Cowboys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Nice,
I,
nice
I'm
combo. Him and Lamb.
yeah, Lamb is yeah, he's tough too.
Yeah, that's a tough. When you think about that, Lamb and Pickens as the receivers for the Cowboys,
Yeah,
that them guys there. You,
yeah.
you know the boys in Cincinnati tough.
Hmm.
You got Minnesota got some nice receivers. I mean, to me, them receivers in Dallas right up there with the best of them.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I mean, Dak Prescott is the quarterback.
Yeah, well, good
You know,
point.
that could be the weak link. I mean, I like Dak a little bit.
I like that.
I like Dak a little bit. You know,
He okay. He not up there with the elite. I
no,
I think there's only three of them up there when you're talking elite, and our
yeah.
guy's one of them.
Lamar.
Yeah, yeah. When you talk
Yeah.
about the elite quarterbacks, that guy wearing that red jersey, he in there.
Wait a minute. Is that D. Robert Allman checking in?
What?
Is that D. Robert Allman?
The legend?
What's happening, my brother?
What's going on, Uncle Rob?
Soap checking in. What's up, homie? Down in the ATL.
Okay, okay.
What's going on?
Rob, I was checking in, huh?
Yeah, yeah, man. It's gonna be interesting,
Yeah.
to see how things shake out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dynamite. Man,
Yeah,
Killer Rob in the building.
yeah, Killer Rob, my
It's
guy,
always a good day when Killer Rob in the building.
legend.
Hey, Beanie, I still waiting on you to send me that video, brother, with the footwork. Put you on the opening of the sports mix. Goddamn, I know you still got it. I
Yeah,
know you still got it. That's what we trying to figure out. So man, we look like Lamar not 100%.
yeah, he definitely not 100.
He's definitely not 100. He's not 100% out there. So we trying to, hopefully he can finish out without something major
Yeah,
going on. And like you say, after Thursday, he get a little break because we don't have another game for about 9, 10 days. So always, homie, always, you one of my guys. You know, and Beanie Almond. If you don't know,
Right.
you better ask somebody.
Exactly.
Is they what they say? He's your favorite dancer. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I just hope the people out there have had the pleasure of seeing that man go today.
absolutely.
Just hope that you've had the pleasure. I'm thankful that I had a front row seat.
Yeah, yeah. You was like goddamn
Front row seat.
front row.
I done seen many of his greatest performances. I was right there beside him watching him. So, yeah, great
They
man.
always love TS, the home squad.
Yeah.
Always love TS. Holidays kicking in too.
Oh yeah, man. Memories.
Hope everybody have a great upcoming Thanksgiving with your families. I know that was a big thing growing up.
Oh
All the
God.
families would get together in the neighborhood. You see people you hadn't seen, coming to visit grandma or coming to visit aunt such and such.
Yeah.
Out, the kids, we were out there playing a little football or, riding bikes or whatever.
Had our own little turkey bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't be so humble. Don't be so humble, Dean. Yeah, you know. And Rob said, "Yeah, you was right there too."
Yeah, we, me and Beanie, we can go 5, 6 hours and talk about the memories. Straight.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard some of the exploits.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. TS forever.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, them turkey bowls was always something to see on a Thursday morning back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just don't see that kind of stuff too much no more. You know what I mean? Them
That's
little
good.
traditions like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people. I think there's quite a few people that has Thanksgiving as their favorite holiday. I
Yeah,
think it rivals Christmas.
yeah.
Because that thing of getting the family together, sitting around that table, man, with all that good food, and those memories are really strong, man.
Yep,
Thanksgiving.
yep, yep. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Bring the family out. I don't get too much on what the holiday. I don't get too much in on that. But I just like get with family and you see some friends,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
That's
good
what
time.
it's all about, man. And football.
Oh yeah. Forget
Thanksgiving
that.
is a big football day.
Absolutely.
The Cowboys gonna play on Thanksgiving, and the Detroit Lions are gonna play.
Right.
And this year, the home team get to play the Thursday night game. A good friend of mine is gonna be in attendance. I think she said this is her first game too.
Oh, she going down there. Okay.
Yeah, this is the first time going to a game. So, shout out to you. I don't know if you're watching, but shout out. I know you're gonna enjoy the festive. Bundle up because I think it's supposed to get a little chilly down there.
Yeah, way to keep that name undercover.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I hear you, boy. You
you
smooth. My man.
all family, all family, all family,
Okay, okay.
all family. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Go Ravens.
we need to give a shout out to to I guess Mark Andrews. I think he done moved up on the list. I think he passed Derek Mason,
Yeah, yeah, all time leading receiver for the
receiver.
Ravens.
I know he's up there on that list for catches and yards. Um, yeah, he broke Derek Mason. I didn't know Derek Mason had that many yards with the Ravens.
Yeah, yeah,
After we got him from Tennessee, but he definitely Mark Andrews was first. He passed Derek Mason.
yeah, Yeah.
He's first in all-time touchdowns, 56 touchdowns. Mark
Mm.
Andrews. He's second all-time. Derek Mason's 471 receptions. He needs a few more to pass in there. So Mark Andrews, man, setting here, man. Uh, Good for him. You know,
Yeah.
he's been an all-time favorite. Him and Lamar came in the same year, and
Yeah.
that connection to them, man, that connection between them has been terrific.
Like dynamite.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And
Shot
then
for
that guy, then that guy Derek Mason. I mean, Derek Henry
Mm-hmm.
is moving up the charts in rushing. I mean, he done passed some heavy hitters, man.
Yeah.
Franco Harris, uh, uh, Edrin James, and some of them names. I think he's right behind the legendary Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Yeah.
And Jim
Yeah.
Brown is next on the list now. I think he's uh, I think Derek. I mean, our guy's 12. Jim Brown. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was no, that's something else. But yeah, and Derek Mason, man, first he's gonna be a Hall of Fame, of course.
Yeah. For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
he's first ballot Hall of Fame. And shout out to him for what he's doing with the record books, man. Great stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button over there on YouTube for me. Appreciate you. Follow me on Instagram. Appreciate you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Getting some hits tonight.
Yeah, good
You
stuff.
feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Boy, feeling good, man. Started off on a roll. You know what I mean? Talk about my man with the 12 kids and everything.
Yeah,
I just was amazed to hear that.
yeah,
And then I forgot it was 10 of them.
yeah. What was that song, man? He kind of started out the lyrics with. I don't know if it was the first lyrics. I had some problems. I know what you're talking about now. How many kids you got?
12.
Well,
12.
hey, a dozen.
Yeah, he got a whole dozen.
Wow, wow.
Yeah. So his family reunion, just his family alone gonna be huge once they start goddamn reproducing.
Yeah,
If they haven't already.
yeah. I wonder what how old is his youngest? I hope he shut it down. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I would hope so too.
yeah, I hope
You
so. I
know,
hope he,
at this point in the game.
put that thing in the attic, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. 'Cause that's the last thing I want to hear.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Ah, dang, bro. Yeah, man. And shout out to Al Punter, man. He been doing some things. Did you
Yeah,
know
yeah. I don't know. Fun.
Scout?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Scout,
I got the roster right here. Let me let
Yeah,
me give
old Scout.
let me give him his due.
He been doing some things, man, with punting the ball, getting it down, and down there on the 4 5 yard line. I think he hit a career long this week, 74 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he's starting to get into his prime, and he's doing some great things. So we need that from him. And I think Luke only to miss one field goal attempt this year. I know he missed an extra point, but I think he missed like a 52 or 53 yard or something earlier in the year. He's field goal wise, he's been doing great,
Yeah.
and but he still be having a little trouble, man, getting that ball into the area on the kickoffs.
I still don't have the 100% confidence when he go to kick.
No, me either.
I'll be a little nervous when he go. It ain't like Tucker. When Tucker went up there, you go ahead and get a drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Go make a sandwich or something.
Go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, you go take care of business because that was good.
It was good.
You know,
And it's all and we know, man. We done talked about this before. It's always tough to follow a legend.
yeah, for sure,
Yeah. So
for sure.
following that guy is a tall order.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, But and speaking of Tucker, I heard he got a tryout up there with the Saints. I
Yeah,
haven't heard of any signings or anything, but I heard he was getting a look with the Saints, man. So I'm hopeful. I'm always want to see him do well in spite of the little situation.
yeah, oh yeah.
I know we made some jokes about it,
Yeah,
but and there's something to joke about. We keep it light around here. You can't get massages laying on your back, Tucker.
yeah, come on.
You turn over. Get the massage done the right way, buddy.
I mean, you saw what the guy up in Cleveland went through, or Houston,
Yeah,
you saw what he went through.
yeah,
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 man.
yeah. So in New Orleans, it's a lot to get into in New Orleans. So behave.
Yeah, did he go through a divorce too? I think
I don't
somebody.
know about that because he had got married like a couple years ago. He was like still a newlywed kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know if she left him.
yeah, I'm not sure.
I know. Well, he got divorced from Royal Farms. I know that.
No more chicken for him.
I ain't seen him on no ticket commercials lately. So
Oh, he done with that boy.
yeah, you know. Yeah, so that's they definitely divorced him from there.
Yeah,
Yeah. But the wife, I don't know. The wife might have hung in there. She might have been in it for the right reason. She was in love.
I mean, going through all that massage stuff, so that made it tough. Didn't get a divorce.
Yeah.
They say, okay, they say that there is no indication that Justin Tucker is divorced. He is
Okay.
married to Amanda Bass. They were married
Yep.
in Austin, Texas, and have been together for a while.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go. And she in it for the haul. So she in it for the long haul.
yeah, man.
You know.
Put her upside uh, Cookie Magic Johnson's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well.
well, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. Cookie.
Cookie is something.
I don't know.
Cookie sticking with Magic is something now.
Yeah, because most 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 women in that position would have got up out of there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You know. But they hung in there. They've been married what 30 something years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. Is the son is that big 6 foot? That ain't Cookie son.
Yeah, that's the one.
What is that Cookie son?
Yeah, that's her son.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Killer Rob said leave Cookie alone.
Yeah, he right. He right. Yeah, he right
Yeah,
about
that's her son.
we
Uh,
gonna leave it alone.
Irvin Jr. Irvin Magic Johnson Jr.
Was he a junior?
I believe so.
Was yeah,
I believe so.
man.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, yeah. You know, hey, can't win them all.
No, man.
Can't win 'em. Everybody's son can't get to the league. You know what I mean? It just ain't supposed to be that way.
Everybody ain't brawny.
No, 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 no. Speaking of sons, did you catch Melo's son yet?
Yeah. Yes, I have, man.
Yeah,
I
sure.
caught a lot of his highlights, man. He up there doing his thing at Syracuse.
Yeah, he looked like a baller.
He is a baller.
You
From what
know,
I saw, he's a
just
baller.
just kind of seeing him and not kind of listening to a bunch of the hype. You know what I'm saying? You know how people, man. That's just he Melo's son and whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him, and I haven't watched the. I only seen like one or two games.
Hmm.
Um, he looked real comfortable.
He is, man.
He looked real comfortable up there. He composed. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like the moment is too big for him. He don't look like the stage is too big for him. The fact that Melo was sitting front row in a lot of them games don't really get to him. and that's a lot of pressure when your father is who he is. You know, that's a lot of pressure, and then you going to the school where he, is ultimate, probably the greatest player to come out of there. He let in his freshman season. He went on to carry Syracuse their only national championship win. Uh, Carmelo Anthony, and I think his name is on one of the buildings up there, if I ain't mistaken, in the athletic department.
Should
So
be.
and he just signed with Jordan Brand. From what I heard, he signed on with Jordan Brand. So
Yeah, he did. He
he
did.
got a brand deal. His game is look like it's maturing. I don't know if he'll be a one and done guy, but and he don't really have a need to go. He don't have to go. He don't have to go chase a dollar because he got money. So I don't know if that's the motivating factor. Um,
Mhm.
and I listen to Melo talk about it, and he just talk about the process. The process, man, of really uh, teaching them how to play the right way. Really training them the right way, which um, and he been through it. He did it at a very high level. So who better to teach you than somebody that's actually been down the road that you ultimately want to get to, you know.
Yeah.
And you really see that, more, I think more now than we've seen in the past, where former players, kids are really playing basketball at a high level and really getting to that league, you know. Um, a lot of kids, man, that we watch their fathers play in the last 20, 25 years. Really, their kids are now starting to be the ones, on the circuit, on the AAU circuit that you kind of getting the buzz about. Uh, that's in college right now. I know Carlos Boozer got some twins, and one of them is a little better than the other one. Well,
Yeah.
a lot better than the other one. He's getting a lot of buzz right now.
I mean,
Um, you know, it's just a lot of guys, man, that kind of paved the way, or showing their kids the way what it takes to play at that next level. And with so much specialization, a lot of kids, man, like they're getting trainers and they doing all this stuff with trainers and cones and stuff, but they're not actually hooping. They're not actually going out and hooping, going out to the park. You know, uh, and I think you need a mix. You know, I think you need a mix of that. If you're going to train, but you still got to go hoop.
yeah.
You still got to go out there and get dirty. Go to the playground and go to the park, man. Play outside. Kids won't even play outside no more. They don't play on the hard on the concrete no more. The playground courts, man. They got to play in the gym now. Got to be air conditioned. Got to have heat in the wintertime. Got climate control. Got to have glass backboards. And got to have nets. I mean, think about the time you was on the court when they ain't had no nets on the back on the
Right.
bucket. No nets.
Nothing.
You know,
You don't
and
even get the reward when it go through.
no, it just went through.
Right. No
Or you
noise,
might have
no sound.
you might have nets on one basket.
Right.
Remember you switch at the halfway point.
Right.
So you gonna shoot on the net, on the one without the net first,
Right.
so we can get the nets on the second half of the game. That kind of stuff.
Exactly.
That's old school. And I don't even think they play games to 20. We movies like play by 20 by ones or something. Switch at 10.
With it, yeah.
Now the game's going to 11. If that's if they playing pickup. Last time I was playing pickup in a few years, games were going to 11 because you had so many people waiting. You know, give everybody a fair chance to get on the court. But yeah, man, it's just good to see some of these youngins out there,
Yeah, man.
out there hooping.
I think son, uh, who am I thinking about? Dominic Wilkins' son.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Yeah,
got
out
that
there
bounce too.
in Tennessee.
Got that bounce. He got
Got
that
the
bounce like his daddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think he's going to Georgia or he's down there or
Yeah,
something.
he at Georgia. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I see some highlights for him. He's doing some stuff down there. And it's interesting, man, when you see these guys like Carmelo's son, Dominique Wilkins' son. You mentioned Boozer's boys. There's a couple of other
Yeah.
kids, NBA stars out there that's doing real well. Um, and you think about the path that Bronny took,
Yeah. For
to
sure.
make it to the league, and it's such a big difference, man. I mean, Carmelo's son is averaging close to like 15 points a game. They
Mhm.
4-0 up there. Uh, that Boozer boy probably one and done. One of them.
Yeah. The taller one.
Yeah, he could be picked next year in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then you see LeBron's son, Bronny, man. He went to USC, averaged like 4 points a game. You know, uh, and he in the league. So I think seeing these talented children of NBA players is really shining some light on, exactly how LeBron's son made it to the league. Uh,
Hmm.
and I hope, I know Stephen A had pointed out some things, and LeBron, approached him at the game, uh, fussed him out. When he see me, he don't attack me. 'Cause I can't do nothing with that 6'8" LeBron James, fussing at me, ready to attack me. But Bronny got some really some nepotism was going on there with him making it to the league. Um, Hopefully, and again, you mentioned that when you think about Carmelo's son and Dominique's son and the Boozer boys and all of them, man, they got the best of everything. They got the best of everything. They had the best training. They had everything the best with the money, with their parents, their fathers was making, and all that. So when you see a Bronny James score only 4 points a game at USC, that's with him having the best of everything. He's LeBron's son, so he had the best training. He had the best everything, and so I could only attribute that to because he was LeBron's son is the reason he was drafted by the team that LeBron played for, the Lakers, and he actually is. I think he's on the roster today with with
Yeah.
the uh, with the Lakers, and but it is what it is. Uh,
Yeah. And I'm looking at
Ain't mad at him.
the other brother over there at Arizona. It don't look like he getting much. I know one time they talking about red shirting him.
What's this? The other brother, is it LeBron's son?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in college now?
Right. Yeah. He at Arizona.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. But I mean, I've been hearing something about him red shirt, and I was looking. I don't see no stats on him, so
okay.
I don't know if he getting. I don't know if they red shirted him or not officially. But again, you see, like you say, you see Melo's son and some of these other kids starting it. They getting it, and then I don't think that they rush the process.
Right.
I think that they letting their boys develop. They not really falling into the hype. And like I say, LeBron, man, kind of was putting that out there. He wanted to hang around and play with his son, and he was able to make that come to fruition. And I think it was more, like I say, more for his benefit
Yeah.
than the benefit of the son. I just hope for the kid's sake, man, that it don't put him in a predicament where he is resentful at
Yeah.
some point. Once his career plays out, however it's going to play out. And I'm not one to say he's going to be a bum or a mop or anything like that.
Right. Right.
But you know, he kind of was put in that position. That's a lot of pressure.
It
You know what
is.
I'm saying? And LeBron James, love him or hate him, he's the type of guy. He's the type of guy that's even hard to be a teammate of because of the attention he garners. The cameras are always going to be around. There's going to always be a lot of questions, man. Whether they win or lose, it's always going to be a lot of cameras in his face. And what he say is going to be scrutinized to the letter. to the comma, to the decimal point, to every single syllable out of his mouth is going to be scrutinized
Absolutely.
much more than anybody else because he is LeBron James. You know, um, so for his son to have to be in his spotlight, in his shadow,
Yeah.
on the Lakers, who are they are the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Right.
You know, it's got to be tough for the young fella. It's got to be tough on that young man, and I just hope that again that he's able to kind of come from out of that shadow and find his own way. At some point. Um, I agree, man. It was, we know what the move was about.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Sure.
know what the move was about. It was a power move on LeBron's part.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt about that.
Um, and it is what it is. No hate.
I just hope he don't, turn into a, Joe Frazier's son. Marvin Frazier was boxing.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. I think Joe pushed that guy,
Yeah,
into fights with Tyson and fights with Larry Holmes when he wasn't ready for that.
no, he wasn't ready for that.
Ready for that. And
Yeah, that was unfortunate that Joe, pushed his son out there like that.
yeah,
And he was able to get in the ring with some big fighters when he clearly wasn't prepared or even that he even wanted to be there,
yeah.
you know. But speaking of fathers and sons, you know, Shadeur Sanders got his first NFL start over the weekend.
Boy, I don't know. It must be because the Ravens in first place. Your segues tonight, man.
Yeah. I'm feeling like magic tonight. Showtime magic.
Showtime.
You know what I mean? I'm feeling like Showtime magic, man. This like 84, 85. You know, I'm just grooving. I'm in a groove right now.
Absolutely.
And if you turn the channel, you're gonna miss something.
You gonna miss it. Don't go
So,
nowhere.
so stay tuned in. If you're on YouTube, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, do that.
Make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all don't want to miss this.
I'm
You know,
messing around.
I'll be on a roll like this every week. Y'all just ain't been watching. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? And share the videos too. You gotta share and tell your friends. Man, y'all gotta check out that sports mix. That dude Kenny, man,
Right.
and Dean, they be coming with it.
Doing it.
And then the fellas ain't been here, Coach, goddamn CB and Cheese and the Hall of Famer Glenny Moore. We got some folks be coming through.
Absolutely.
The panel be on fire.
Yeah.
The panel be on fire. And listen, they got the game is Thursday. Ravens play Thursday night. We may even be back on the air Friday.
It's a possibility.
Possibility we might be on Friday, talk a little, Ravens Cincinnati game. You know. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell so you know when we on, know when we live. Tell your friends. Yeah, y'all gotta check out that sports mix. Yeah, cause they coming. That dude Big Kenny, that big Kenny coming, man.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
Shador.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little disappointed that the game wasn't on locally here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't get to see it live. I saw the highlights. You know, uh, it was a lot of fanfare behind it. A lot of people talking about it. Coach Prime was in the building. Uh, they say Raiders what's his name? Mark Davis, Al Davis' son, the new owner there, had Dion up in his box,
Oh, is that right?
up in the owner's box watching the game. He cheering for the goddamn enemy
Ain't that something?
in the owner's box. But this is prime time, so we got to roll the carpet off for prime time.
You know. Dion ain't your average next door guy. Guy next door.
Nah.
Prime, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So Shador get his first NFL start. He got his first action last week against our Ravens. You know, and I mean, it wasn't supposed to happen last week. It wasn't gonna happen against the Ravens.
Right.
But he went out there to Las Vegas. Played a pretty good game. Uh, in his first NFL start, got a win.
Got the win.
And looked okay. The team looks energized. Uh, the team looks energized with him as the starter. It's his first game. Like I say, first game was started, so he was a 55% completion percentage, 209 yards, a touchdown, and interception, at an 87.3 quarterback rating in
Okay.
his first start. Man, um, good stuff. Good
Okay.
stuff for the young fella. You know, um, and he's going to be starting this week. He's going to be starting this week. Who did the Cleveland Browns play this week? Let me see. Let me look. But he'll get a second start. I mean, I don't know what I
I
don't know
think
what more they need to see from Dylan.
the 49ers, right? They played the 49ers.
Is it the 49ers this week? I'm trying to pull it up now. Brown schedule. Yep, 49ers Sunday at 1 o'clock. Man, I mean, I don't know what more they need to see out of Dylan Gabriel. As the starter. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, but hey, who am I? I
Nah,
don't. I'm just somebody that watch football and talk about it here on the Sports Mix. I just give my little opinion, my little old opinions. You know what I'm saying? You
well,
know.
I remember some years, 8 years ago, Al coach Harbaugh, pulled the plug on Flacco and
Mhm.
then inserted number 8, and that saved his job. And the rest is history with Lamar being the starter. And now, I mean, although uh, Gabriel was also a draft pick, I mean, here you got them inserting Shadeur into the game. He got a win. Maybe, I think you talked a little earlier about the Cleveland guy might be gone. He's on
Mhm.
the seat. Maybe Shadeur save his job. He looked pretty good last week. We've watched him a lot at Colorado.
Yeah.
From our vantage point, he was clearly a first round pick. Uh, he's got that kind of talent, and I think that it was collusion across the NFL not to draft this guy. I think the word went out: do not draft this guy early, and he slipped to the 5th round, which was ridiculous. And now he's in the starting lineup. I'm hoping for the best for him. I think a lot of it had to do with his father, of course.
Yeah.
Uh, Dion is Dion. He's had that it factor, and I think when you think about athletes, I mean, for me, as long as I've been watching sports across the board, no matter what the sport is, Deion Sanders has had that it factor when he played football, of course. He's I mean, you turn on the TV to watch this guy, and he was a cornerback.
Yeah. For
You
sure.
turn on to watch Dion, regardless of if he was with Atlanta, Dallas, Frisco, Redskins, Ravens. I mean, the guy had that it factor. He had that it factor when he played baseball.
Yeah.
He had the it factor when he did the reality TV show.
Yeah. For sure.
He had it as a coach. Down there at Jackson State. He got it at Colorado. He had it when he was in the football booth on NFL Today or whatever show he was on. I
Yep.
mean, if there was ever a person, an athlete that had the it factor, I don't know of any other athlete that had it more than Dion, where it went with him no matter where he was.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so a lot of people had problems with him and being the way he went to Colorado and told people, "Hey, look, if you ain't got to get on out,
Yeah.
go."
Yeah.
I, I,
Get on in.
The way he made that transition there, a lot of people weren't happy about that. And I think it put a bullseye on his head and a bullseye on his son's head.
Yeah.
But Shadeur gonna be fine. The guy know he has talent. So, and ultimately the talent is
So speaking of, let's talk about because you made some great points with talking about Dion and just his demeanor, his aura, if you will, that having that it factor, kind of being the guy, you know, and really made cornerback, really a high dollar, high value position.
getting
You know what
paid.
I'm saying? That really started with Dion. You know what I'm saying? Dion, like you say, was must see TV. Not only was he a high level cornerback, but he could return a kick, return punts, and eventually started playing a little offense. He lined up at wide receiver. You know, but he was must see TV, and he was a dude that always exuded confidence. He created the character of prime time. Coming out of Florida State and came into the league. Almost. You know, I mean, almost man, just bigger than life. He created this character and this aura, but he backed it up. And we've seen a lot of people, man, come into the league, go and get drafted into these leagues, man, with fanfare, and they come in with this, they build up this character, or they got a reputation as this, that, and the other. And when them lights come on,
Right.
them lights get real dim.
Right.
They get real dim real quick. And Dion was a guy as a player, no matter what, like you say, whether he's playing football, whether he's playing baseball, he was a guy that did not shy away from the spotlight. And and then and then when the lights were on him, seemed like that's when his star was even bigger. Now, Killer Rob said we forgot that he was an entertainer. He had some music out there. You know, uh, you know, and I'm gonna leave that alone. 'Cause I didn't forget, but I did. You know, yeah, must be the money.
Must be the money. Must be the money.
I mean, it's almost like Eddie Murphy and his album.
Right. Right.
You know, yeah, we know he did it,
Yep.
but we going to just act like nah, that didn't happen. You know,
Right.
but nice try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, because we all over the place tonight, but it is what it is. We mixing it up. Eddie Murphy. I think, man, he was so funny. You know what I'm saying? And all the diversity he brought to the characters, man, and he just was able to be funny as a fat man, a skinny man, a woman. You know what I'm saying? A white man, buckwheat. You name it. He brought the characters to life so much so that I think at the time when he put his album out, I don't think we as fans could see past the funny man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't see, and not that he was without talent. Now he wasn't no great singer, but he wasn't horrible.
Right. Right.
Wasn't horrible, but he was Eddie Murphy. You know. Fast forward a few years to a guy like Jamie Foxx, who is funny and plays some characters, and he can make you laugh with the best of them. Well, his introduction into music went a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And I because I know he was pursuing music the whole time, and
Yeah.
he had an album out before he kind of hit. But I think it was linking up with Kanye West, and that Gold Digger song that kind of gave him some legitimacy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Where they kind of was ready, was able to just kind of listen to him as a singer, as an artist, than to see him as the funny man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and his music career was able to, he actually did pretty well with his music. You know, Jamie Foxx was
And
and then, and then depending on where you caught him, you may not even have known that he was a comedian. You know, his career went like that. Same way with Will Smith. You know, there are probably people that didn't know that he was the Fresh Prince.
yeah.
They know him as the movie star. You know, he in all the big blockbuster movies, and they might not have even realized he had a career even before the show.
Right. Or rapping.
Yeah, he had a career before the TV show. So
Yeah.
you know, there are people that may just only know him as that. You know, Will Smith,
Mhm.
the actor. You know, but that's such his life, man. It's just one of those things, and
Not always easy. It's not easy to make that transition when people know you as a certain, you know, thing. I mean, even staying in the same realm, you have an actor who play a certain role and play it so well and maybe play it so long,
hmm
they had a tough time getting other gigs
yeah,
because
yeah,
everybody know him as JJ saying Dynamite. He might can't get no other roles, and so to go from as a and when we talk about a major star like Eddie Murphy was major, major, major,
yeah.
and to go to singing is difficult. Although he could sing okay, I don't
Mhm.
think the level of singing is on Jamie Foxx's level. Jamie
No,
Foxx
no,
singer, and then once you get up there and you're that big, people make it to those certain levels a lot of times because of their ego. They have very strong, large egos, and they get to that level. Dion ego is definitely to the moon, and when you're doing what you're doing in the football field, catching helicopters to play baseball, going back, flying back to play football, playing the World Series and the Super Bowl, the only player to do that, and so all those kind of things, and you think you can do anything, playing offense, returning punts, returning kickoffs. Uh, the ego is there, so he put out an album,
yeah,
hang out with Hammer, Eddie Murphy was doing all that he was doing, so he put out some music. I think that Eddie's musical talents served him better in his stand-up, his
yeah,
comedy. I think it really served him well when he did that Delirious and performed a lot of the some singing and stuff in there, imitating Michael and Elvis, and he was doing a lot of that Stevie Wonder and
hmm
Brown, that it really served him well, and I think that really took him to another level as far as comedy goes. The legendary Richard Pryor didn't have that in his bag.
right, right.
Eddie did, so it boosted him, and so I'm here talking about comedians, man. Where's El God, man? Seen him?
Who was that?
Where's El God landed?
Oh, Landon. Yeah, I don't know, man. He must be
Went out of town for Thanksgiving or something.
halftime or something. Cause he last couple of weeks he been kind of
He been quiet
quiet here doing the show, but he be hitting me up during the day for sure.
during the day. Okay, it's a good sign. It's
I
a good
know
sign.
he ain't totally MIA.
Okay, okay.
You know, maybe Landon got some company or something. You know,
Yeah, man. So he might be busy. It's the holiday time. People snuggling up, and
yeah, he
all
might
that
be over there cutting greens or some shit.
stuff going on, peeling potatoes and shit.
Yeah, he got a sink full of collard greens.
I
You know,
understand.
all that stuff. If you're listening, give the brothers a shout out, man.
That's
You
right.
know, we ain't gonna blow your cover.
We worried about you, man.
Yeah, damn. You keep us on our toes around here. You know, keep us on our toes around here. But yeah, man, it's this we've been talking to them fathers and sons. CB, what's up, brother? And Charles Brooks in the building.
Okay, okay. What's up, CB?
CB,
Yeah,
one of the sports mix finest.
absolutely.
I mean, sports mix finest. Y'all check my man CB out on the Brooks Blackboard.
Yeah.
You know, he be digging into some of that political
Mm-hmm.
foolishness that's going
Mm-hmm.
on around here.
It brings some clarity for you.
Yeah,
Clear some things up.
for sure.
Lord knows we need it.
We definitely need it. You know, because this nonsense we've been getting.
Yeah, man. In fact, we need clarity more than we need almost anything.
You right. You right. Shout out to everybody checking me out on Instagram. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Everybody over there on YouTube. Make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button over there on YouTube. That's right, CB. Doomed. We are doomed. Doomed.
That's the
we,
word.
we are doomed, man.
That is the word.
Yes, indeed.
That is
The as CB call them, the political cheerleaders. You know, the cheerleaders are out in force.
yeah.
Yeah, well, doomed. We are definitely doomed, and I don't know if it's gonna get no better no time soon. Confusion compels clarity. Uh-oh, getting
Mm-hmm.
poetic on you.
Right.
Getting poetic on you.
Telling you. Y'all better check that blackboard out.
Yeah, he put some content up on TikTok too, little videos. You know, make
Mm-hmm.
you think, a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh
You know,
yeah.
and CB be coming with it.
Mm-hmm. No
You know,
doubt.
shout out to my guy. And how about this? This is something that's I don't even know that CB is aware of this. But so we talking about Landon, Mr. Saunders. So Mr. Mr. Brooks, Charles Brooks, replaced Landon as the chairman or the department head at the Friendship Academy as the in the prep program. I don't even think Brooks knew that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because me and Saunders talked about it. I said, "Well, I worked at Friendship. You know, I was in the program." He said, "Well, wait, well, I was there. You know, I left and went to Douglas." So he went and took over at Douglas. And he said, "Well, when did you leave?" He told me the year he leave. I said, "Well, that must be when my guy CB got there." So CB replaced Landon Saunders. See, that's how small the world is.
Wow.
You know, and I don't even think them brothers know each other.
Who are your guys?
Guys don't even know each other, but they know. Oh, you know, I'm like the glue.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like the glue, man. I be pulling stuff together. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, CB, man. I was like, wow. I was the same way. Wow. You know, cause me and Saunders worked together after I worked with you. After I worked with CB, I worked with Saunders a couple years later, and we just, just chopping it up and talking about where we worked at and all this stuff. And he said, "Yeah, I left the school system and da 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 da." And then one thing led to another. I said, "Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I was over there too." He even knew CB, I'm blanking on the names. Your number one assistant, the young lady, Miss, I can't remember her name, but she was going to copping at the same time I was going to school up there. She worked with Landon as well. So she stayed behind. Mr. Brooks came, and then she ended up working with Mr. Brooks too. So that's how small the world is, man. You know, that 6 degrees of separation is a real thing.
Yeah. And don't
It's a
forget,
real thing, man.
you was working with Landon, and come to find
Listen,
out,
yep.
me and Landon knew each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Graduated together. We were classmates.
yeah. Yep, Miss Henson Brooks. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Our world.
Because I was with Landon one day. He called her, but she didn't pick up. Because he was going to call and say, "Guess who I'm standing here with?" you know. But she ain't picked the phone up when we called. But yeah, Miss Henson. Yep. Yep. Small world, man. But hey, this how it go, man. Shout out to everybody on YouTube again. Make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button. Make sure y'all sharing and commenting and all that, man. You know, we rolling tonight. Ravens got you know what too? You ever notice, man, the energy be so much higher after the Ravens win.
Absolutely.
Even my energy.
Right.
And I try to be the voice of reason when it ain't so high.
Right. And this just ain't after one victory. This is after 5 straight victories.
Yeah, this 5 straight.
Right.
Five straight. I mean, when all hope was lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When all hope was lost, man. I mean, people was jumping off the Key Bridge. I mean, people was getting divorced, man.
Right.
You know, I mean, it was just bad in the city. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was bad around town, man. And Ravens win. And like you said, even Purple Fridays wasn't purple no more. People wasn't even wearing their jersey.
Man, they weren't wearing them jerseys.
Fridays, a lot of places be leaning with the dress code. They come on in here with your purple gale on and stuff. Nah, they was like, nah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. You know, they
Harold,
wasn't none of
Harold
that stuff.
sales dropped to all-time lows. Man, I mean, this was rough time.
Tough times in town.
Yeah,
You
absolutely, man.
but better days are ahead of us. You
Yeah,
know?
I think so, man. I think so. We definitely need to get into the playoffs. We definitely need to win the division,
Yeah,
uh, and hoping that Lamar gets healthy.
yeah.
That's important for us right now. Him getting healthy, and maybe the young boy from LSU can get some burn
Hmm.
on that offensive line.
Yeah,
That's been a
yeah,
weak point, for Lele. What you call him? You call him
yeah. Fillet of fish.
Filet of
Fillet of fish. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
fish.
he be looking bad out there.
Yeah, he be looking bad,
He
man.
looking bad, man.
And,
But
and
hey,
and another thing that you always mention about teams being able to play their best football in December, and then also you would mention a lot the fact that play your best football and be able to run that ball during that cold weather
yeah,
during that December, and with our offensive line, I'm not quite sure how well they can do running the football because I don't. Falele is struggling. Voorhees is not that great at the other guard position, and
mhm.
even Rosengarten, man, he hasn't played well this year. So that offensive line, man, is really shaky. Uh, we gonna need them to get better, and maybe this young guy from LSU can help us out.
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
That's the hope. That he come in and give us a lift. You know, and like you say, Lamar not being at 100%, we definitely need that. Need that offensive line help, man. But it's time to get excited.
Yeah,
This is the home stretch. I know it didn't start off like we wanted to, but here we are. They didn't climb back into it, and now all things are even. Ravens still is even records. Still got to play them twice this year. Got to play Cincinnati twice. So it's really time to really put that division work in. Because now you can be able to separate yourself. Somebody's going to separate themselves in this division. Somebody got to win the division. Somebody got to win the division. So
yeah,
why not us?
yeah, yeah.
Why not us? And again, to get to the Super Bowl, you got to get in the dance. So you can't go to the Super Bowl without getting to the dance. And in the dance, anything can happen. And I had to keep reminding people. 2012, the Ravens backed into the playoffs because they were not playing good football in December.
No, not at all.
And Joe Flacco, who had bet on himself that year, didn't take the contract. Man, he was playing for his future. And Joe got into the playoffs and became Joe Montana.
Yes, he did.
It was the most unbelievable run I've seen
Yes, he did.
because the expectation was not high based on how he was playing going into the playoffs.
Exactly.
You know, and what was it? 11 touchdowns, no interceptions through that playoff run. Super Bowl MVP, the greatest, one of the greatest plays in Ravens history. That play in Denver,
Right.
hitting Jacoby Jones. I mean, it was just an incredible run. But we remember the run, but a lot of times people forget how we got to that point.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to remind everybody that that going into that, it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. And yep, CB, we talked about those Steelers. We talked about them. Man, they got them noses pressed to the window, fogging the window all up. You know, just wondering, is it going to get better? Is Aaron Rodgers going to stay healthy? Are we? Do we have enough? Do we have enough here to withstand the pressure that this team from Baltimore is putting on us right now? And the answer, we will find out. We will find out
Yeah.
sooner rather than later. We will find out. But yeah, man. So this that time of year. The football season is winding down in the last 6 weeks or so of the season. Uh, basketball kicking off, the college basketball jumping off. Uh, spring training to be here in a couple months. Believe it or not, Orioles made a big trade. I think we talked about that the last time we were here.
Yeah.
Is when the trade broke. We were able to break some news
Right.
on the sports mix last week. So they talking about the Ravens. I mean, Orioles still kind of tied to some other some other big names. I heard Kyle Schwarber. I've heard so they looking at some pictures as well. So it's time. It's time for what's the Orioles general manager name? I can't think his name.
Elias. Elias.
Yeah. It's time for him to. You got to
Yeah.
put up, shut up.
Time to make some moves here.
And we're not talking about moving the fence back.
No, man. No.
He's done that.
We talking about talent now.
Yeah. All the cosmetic stuff. We cool with that.
Owners got deep pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to show and prove now.
Yeah, no question, man.
You know.
No question.
We talking about CB, the Steelers schedule.
They play Buffalo next week. We know
they
that.
Got Buffalo. Yeah, they got Buffalo next week. Let me see what they
Play
got.
us twice.
They got the Steelers after Buffalo. I know that.
They play the Ravens after Buffalo.
So they got Buffalo. They got the Ravens, Dolphins, the Lions, the Browns, and the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
They last 6. So
they not
got
making
a couple tough games in there.
They're not making it.
Wait. You said what now?
They are not making the play.
Oh shit! And you said that with your chest.
I said that, and I also said earlier that Mike Tomlin's job is on the line.
And CB, the Ravens have Cincinnati Thursday, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. So it ain't an easy road for the Ravens either. It ain't an easy road. I think New England is shocking everybody.
Yeah, they playing some real good football.
Yeah, New England is shocking everybody with the way they playing up there in New England. Mike Vrabel was up there coaching. Green Bay is going to be tough at Green Bay. And that game doesn't even have a date. That's one of them games they're going to flex. So we don't even know what day that's going to be.
All right.
You know. So, it's again, man. This is lining up to be a good stretch, a good finishing stretch for the Ravens, that AFC North, and it's already been said that the Steelers are not making the playoffs. Uh, Dean said that,
They
you know,
ain't gonna make it.
and he's saying it with his chest. I,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see no back down in that.
yeah, straight up.
I think you mean that shit.
Yeah, yeah, this is real. This is real.
Yeah, he meant that. Yeah. Steelers will be watching with popcorn.
And they got to deal with Josh Allen this week.
Yeah,
So
yeah, old Josh.
I think it's a must-win game for the Steelers.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I don't disagree with that. I
Yeah,
don't disagree at all. You know, especially with the Ravens, you know, playing the way they've been playing. The Steelers definitely don't want to see a loss and the Ravens win this week.
yeah, yeah.
So, and they'll have the luxury of knowing what the Ravens did, because the Ravens play Thursday night.
Oh yeah,
So they'll go into that game Sunday already knowing, well, if the Ravens win and we lose, we falling behind.
yeah. Oh yeah.
We falling behind. So yeah, it is that time, man. It's, every game is going to be like a playoff game now. Because you don't want to lose, you don't want to get too far behind. Even knowing you got two games to play against the Ravens, if you're a Steelers fan, you just don't want to get behind. You don't want to fall behind in the standings, especially when you had such a big lead.
Oh yeah.
When you had such a big lead, and if things don't go well, yeah, you're right. Old Tomlin could be coaching somewhere else next year. You know, and good riddance. If if that'll get him out the AFC North,
Right.
peace. You
Yeah.
know.
Ain't mad. Nah. But something else I wanted to shed some light on.
Mhm.
Um, these University of Maryland Terrapins.
Mhm.
Um, it seemed like this.
Football or basketball?
Well, I want to touch on all of it. There's some things happening out there, man, that is really, really interesting. Obviously, I'm not a huge Loxley guy. Uh,
Mhm.
I see some of the decisions he makes, and I'm totally against. And he's been doing this really throughout his career. They even in the game this week, they was playing Michigan.
Mhm.
Michigan was ranked 18th in the nation, and the Turks took the ball and went down and scored a touchdown. And then instead of kicking it off to them, they tried an onside kick,
Uh,
which which, which Michigan recovered, and Maryland's territory, and they go down and score a touchdown. I mean, I don't I don't understand that call at all. I mean, this guy, man, just baffles me. But he has a pretty good recruiting class coming in next year.
yeah.
Uh, they had the number one player. He's an edge rusher. He was the number one overall player in the nation when he signed for Maryland. Alabama and Georgia, Ohio State, all the teams was going for this guy. But Zion Ely,
Yeah.
he up out of St. Francis.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
picked Maryland.
Yeah.
Now, recently, um, the Terps were able to lock in a basketball player who was the number one rated guy for the class of 2027.
Mm.
He reclassed and he's coming for the class of 2026. So he was the number one recruit for 2027. He reclassed and he's the number 9 overall player for the class of 2026. So he's coming to Maryland. Baba, pronounce his last name, Baba Aladotun. But he's out. He's from the DMV. He's 6'9". He played for Durant's AAU team.
Okay. Okay.
And Durant's AAU team is being coached by Durant's brother. Um, and this kid, man, he's only 16 years old right now. So he's coming to Maryland, and uh, so is that the son?
No, that's my brother. My brother Kenny Wilkes.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, Kenny Will.
Big Kenny Wilkes, welcome to the show. Thank you for the comment, brother.
Welcome to the show. So they got this guy committed to Maryland. Went down maybe a week or two ago. He went down to his Final Four, which was Arkansas, Kentucky, Georgetown, and Maryland. Uh,
Mhm.
and he chose the Terps. Huge recruit for Buzz Williams. And this guy's in the DMV. That makes it that much more big when you're talking about recruiting battles with Georgetown and some of the other teams.
Mhm.
Huge for Maryland. So uh, his father played college ball too. So now you're looking at Derek Queen, who was a 5 star. The boy Adams that they got last year was a 5 star. Now you got this dude Baba, who's a 5 star. So Maryland is cranking it up, and then on top of that, Quincy Wilson, who a lot of people may not know, who
Mhm.
is a track superstar.
Mhm.
He run the 400 meters. He went to Bullis out there in Potomac. Um, ran on some track teams, Fort Meade track teams, and the guy is the youngest male athlete to ever compete in the Olympics. He was 16 years old, was in the Paris Olympics, got a gold medal.
Gold
Gold
medal.
medalist running the 4x400 relay.
Already got a gold.
Gold. So you talking Quincy Wilson announced his uh, school that he was going to yesterday, and he chose Maryland, which which blew everybody away because Quincy Wilson, not only was he the number one rated track athlete, Quincy Wilson was the number one rated athlete across all sports
Mm.
for 2026. The number one recruit across all sports. This guy, he has the high school record for indoor 400, high school record for outdoor 400. He's got the under 15 400 record, under 18 record, the under 20 record. I mean, this dude is a phenomenal talent, and UCLA and USC and Texas A&M and all these powerful track schools was after this guy, and he chose Maryland. I mean, this is like huge. So
Yeah.
whatever's going on down at the University of Maryland, it seems to be working across the board. I get a real good vibe about the new 3D that they got down there. AD Smith, he came in talking about money. He said it's all about the money. He said and he has a background of being able to generate and raise money. So I think the Terps might be in a pretty good spot with this guy and these recruits. I mean, this is football, this is basketball, and this is track. And Maryland don't even have a track team. I mean, they dead last in the Big Ten in track.
Yeah.
So it ain't like he's going to a powerhouse track team, but they
Mhm.
do have a excellent coach there running for the track program, Andrew Valman, who was a real strong 400-meter runner back in the day. He's actually a double gold medalist. He got a gold medal in '88 and then '92 on the 4x4. So he was out there running with the Michael Johnsons and those guys
Yeah.
back in the day. So he's got an excellent coach as a 400 meter. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. And this kid at 15 years old, man, he he got a sneaker contract, a shoe contract at the age of 15 with a major. I don't know what shoe it was, but a major shoe company. He had a contract. So this guy is big time. And again, he was the number one athlete across all sports for 2026. And
Is,
he's going to Maryland.
is it safe to say he'd be Maryland's biggest track star since Ronaldo Nehemiah?
Absolutely, absolutely. Skeets Nehemiah. I mean, anybody in between, and Skeets was back in the late 70s, around 80. You know,
That's
around
been
that former Ronaldo Skeets Nehemiah, former world record holder in the 110 high hurdles
mm-hmm.
back in the day, and he made the Olympic team for the 1980 Olympic team, but Jimmy Carter decided to boycott.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo wound up going and playing in the NFL for the 49ers for some years, uh, and then he did eventually go back to track, but he had sustained some injuries in football, and he never got back to that level that he was. But Skeets was tough, man. I had the pleasure of seeing him, excuse me, perform up at Penn Relays.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mm-hmm.
sensational. One of my favorite athletes of all time, and all those Skeets Nehemiah. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was a big coup. I did see the video of young Quincy making his college decision.
Yeah, yes,
That's a big thing now with these little videos. They go online and put the hats out, and they had the jackets button all up, and then they busting out like Superman and going to Maryland.
yeah.
So congrats to the University of Maryland for some of these big signings in the last few weeks. Again, we talked about Loxley here a couple weeks ago. I mean, I heard that he's safe coming back next year, and
Yeah,
I'm sure that landing that big recruit had a lot to do with that.
absolutely.
Him having that job security, but I mean, Maryland started off the season with like 4-0, and they were in some of these games. Some of these games, man, they were in these games, so it wasn't like they were getting blown away, except for the last few weeks. It's just kind of getting away from them.
One game they was up 20-0 going into the fourth quarter
Yeah,
and
yeah,
lost that one.
yeah. So, you know, we got a surprise guest joining the show. CB,
Okay.
he's in the building. The Brooks Blackboard is in the building.
The building.
What's happening, CB?
What's
What's up,
up,
man?
Brooke?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Loud
yeah.
and clear.
Peace, man. How y'all doing?
Oh man, all good, man.
Good.
Good. Better now.
Yes.
Better now that you have graced us with your presence.
Appreciate the shout out, man.
Yeah. That's what we do. All we got spread love to the family.
Absolutely.
So
And I'm
we
gonna tell
know
you, man,
got
I've
things
been
going
busy.
on.
I've been busy, man. I feel like I got like an assembly line of essays, man. I'm just like one after the other, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Dean? How you doing, my man?
Man, I like it. I like it when I hear you talking like that, because to me that means the fire is burning.
I can dig it, man.
What I mean? And I already told you, man, fire.
That's right.
That's important. That's important for you.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you that one of the pieces that I did and I posted to my site was on this new law in Maryland that started on October 1st, the Second Look Act. So in Maryland, you got black folk that make up, I think it's around 30% of the state population.
Mm-hmm.
But in the state prisons, the black population is around 71, 72%.
Mm.
So on the street, 3 out of 10, roughly is like black folk. but in the prisons, 7 out of 10. So right now, as of October 1st, you have this. And the reason why I mention that is because as of October 1st, a new law um, went into effect, the Second Look Act. So those who served at least 20 years, and there's a couple of exclusionary criteria, you could have your sentence, you could petition the court to have your sentence reviewed for possible reduction, and there's this misconception that where the law is interpreted as, it means that you can, apply and then you could just like get out, which is not true. There's a rigorous process that those who are behind the walls that they have to go through in order to get their sentence reduced. And when I looked into it, you have this, I guess you could say like a little momentum going across the country, second look legislation, where you have, I think in DC, in the federal system, and I want to say between 10 to 12 states. I believe maybe Maryland made 12 that have these laws on their books. And you'd be surprised. You have brothers and sisters locked up from young age, 20, 30, 35, 40 years for something they have done years ago. So what this legislation does is it provides a pathway, because there's a serious situation when it comes to one, the prison population, two, an aging population, three, one in which there is significant racial disparities. And the legislation, even though there's these exclusionary criteria, this legislation is a piece that can begin to address that disparity in the state prison system. So, and then I did another one where this esteemed professor, man, Dr. Gerald Horn, he was in Brooklyn, and also he had a book event in Silver Spring, Maryland, and he's a esteemed historian. And he was dropping gems about Baltimore and their free Negro population, and Maryland when they decided, oh, we got too many free Negroes. They need to go to Liberia. And so it's just learning about that history in Baltimore as well as in Maryland, and how that fit in to what was going on in Virginia as well as DC. So Dr. Horn, he's a prolific author, and one of his newest books deals with, like it's called The Capital of Slavery. It deals with DC, the District of Columbia, and it also takes a look at the DMV area, being the District, Maryland, and Virginia. So it's a fascinating tale. So that's just a couple of things I've been working on, man. I get to talk to start to write, and man, I start to talk.
Yeah, well, and that's come on here and plug your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I say,
I appreciate that, man.
tell everybody check the Brooks Blackboard out. You get some varying opinions on some things, and probably some things that you didn't even know were going on. CB taking a deep dive into the things that's going on in and around the city, and in the political arena. I don't particularly dig into that pool because it take me somewhere else. I rather stay over here on the sports side where
I dig it.
I can temper my reactions to some things.
Yeah.
But I still want to do some some lives. Talk about some things, man.
Mm-hmm.
Over there on the TikTok, we talked about doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Doing little pick up some people. Send some people this way.
There's a lot of things that's going on, man. The struggle is real, for real.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And certain people born for certain things, man. Obviously where Brooks is where he's supposed to be. I mean, he's in the arena where he's supposed to be, and I mean, even just bringing the subject matter that he just brought to our attention and breaking it down. That's the clarity that we were talking about. Having clarity on some of these situations that's going on. We hear all the time about prison. Who's in prison, and we know in our mind that okay, there's a lot of black folks locked up, but when you break down them numbers versus the population, 7 out of 10 prisoners versus 3 out of 10 population, you see a clear disparity and what's going on. And the human being was not born to go to jail. Human being was not created to be in prison and getting to the nitty gritty of this disparity. We know what's been happening in the country throughout the centuries and the journey and the plight that we've been going through as Black Americans. And when you drop those numbers before us, to me, that's letting us know, man, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go. And there are some people who are pushing the narrative is that, oh, things ain't that bad. Things ain't that bad. It's nothing for you guys to really fuss about these days. But those numbers, that clarity that you bring tells us the real story. So that's the blackboard. That's where Brooks is. So don't sleep on this dude. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate that, man. People can go to www.charles-brooks.com. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not really good when it comes to I guess what you would say, like promoting myself, because I just thought about, I guess I should tell people like where to go in order to read my piece, man, because I look at it, I research it, I write it, I drop it, I post it, and then I move on to the next piece, man. This is a serious it's a serious time, and like what I put into the text, man. Confusion compels clarity.
What's the website again?
Yeah, say it again, man.
Excuse me.
What's the website again?
Oh, www.charles-brooks.com. That's the Brooks Blackboard. So it's just my name with a dash in the middle, charles-brooks.com.
There he is. That's it?
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Check them out. Check out the Brooks Blackboard. www.charles-brooks.com. Get some of that content in your life.
Absolutely.
At some point, I'm gonna move over to the Substack, because this site here, I used to publish news and publish my writing, and so I had some things that came up And so I decided, okay, let me just focus on my writing right now. Get some of these, get some of these essays like off the assembly line, and then what I'll do is I'll go back to publishing news, the news that we can use, news that we can use. Can you dig it? And then I'm going to move my writing of our political as well as our material conditions. I'm going to move over to Substack, and take on some writing projects. Hopefully get a book or two done. Yeah, man. So
getting that work in.
Keep it burning.
Yeah, and then well, I'll say this. When Dean was talking, and he was describing situation in Maryland, I couldn't help but to think about this the governor and Mayor Scott. I got some pieces coming out. I got some pieces coming out, man.
Governor Westmore and Mayor Brandon Scott.
Yeah, there's this tour that they appear to be on, smacking their back with their own self-praise on reducing crime. And meanwhile, in Baltimore City, people have to make serious business decisions with their personal economy as their cost of living goes up, and in some cases the quality of life decline. You have areas that are being gentrified and people being displaced and jobs are being lost. On North Avenue, you got $300,000 to $400,000 houses being constructed. Meanwhile, there are plans that's beyond the proposal stage, to build a nearly $400 million jail, law enforcement in facility in Baltimore City, to be located in the proximity of Coppin State University.
Wow.
People need to understand the significance and the gravity of building what will be called a top city in Baltimore City. There's the significance of that, the gravity of that is heavy, particularly today. And so people have to know, should know, need to know about that particular development and how it's going to impact their daily lives in one way or another. And so these are the news that we can use, the news that we should use, So I'm working on something around that. You have an organization here in Baltimore, Black Alliance for Peace, the Baltimore chapter, and they're working on this issue, bringing attention, highlighting this issue. So read up on that, and talk to people about that, and ask people how they feel about that. a $384 million law enforcement facility called Cop City to be built in Baltimore City?
Right
And
now,
it's a very simple question. Does that sound right? Do the people want that? Do the people really want that? Man. So
you say it's right. You say it's gonna be right near Coppin.
it's right in the proximity around Coppin University, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
So people have to and what I have found is that when you begin to engage with people and just ask them a simple question, did you know? 9 out of 10 do not know.
I know. I didn't know.
You know, and when they start doing that construction, there's going to be a natural, I don't want to say assumption, but the natural view, or that's just part of Coppin State. Oh, that's just a Coppin State doing more building, more construction. You know, the people will just go about their daily lives, you know, getting on the bus and going to work and doing what they do, and then they'll find out, oh shit, that was a jail.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's Cop City here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
There
real.
will be, there are questions to be answered for sure.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, to be asked.
Well, that's where you come in.
Yeah. Blackboard, man.
You know, that's where
Absolutely.
you come
Man, clarity, man. Bringing things out, breaking it down, laying
This
it.
is part of the mix when you talk about sports, the sports
Oh,
mix.
Oh,
This is
for
part of the
sure.
mix.
Got the mix. Sure.
Hey, and we've been mixing it up all night tonight.
I dig it.
All night.
Let me ask you this, CB. Did you know that Elder Barge had 12 kids?
Damn. I'm not surprised.
That's breaking news to you too, isn't
Damn.
it?
All by the same sister or different sisters?
I got about 8 mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He reminds me of this brother back in the 80s. This pretty dude. He used to be on this cop show with Don Johnson. I can't get the brother's name right. Huh?
Philip Michael Thomas.
Yeah. I think he had I think he was in that same boat. You know, he had a lot of
They said how many baby mamas Elder Barge had?
Oh shit.
8.
8 baby mamas?
8 baby mamas.
Man,
That child support must be kicking his ass, man.
Hey, that's why he's still out there singing.
Damn.
That's why he's still out there crooning.
Damn.
You know, like Dean said, I hope he wrapped that thing on up.
yeah, put it on in the attic, man. Time to shut it down. Oh,
Damn.
Hey,
I
know
can't
like I
imagine,
know.
man. That's crazy.
Know like I know, Jack.
How old is he now? He has to be.
He gotta be pushing 60.
He has to be.
Yeah, he got to be pushing 60 if he ain't already there.
Right. I would think that he's somewhere between 60 and 65.
Been around for a minute.
yeah, he's been around.
But he been around, but he been around.
He's been around. Yeah, more than one way.
Yeah, I had no clue till tonight. Till actually right before we came on the air.
He was born in 61. So he's 63. 4.
He's
64.
plus. Yeah, I
Right.
know. Damn, I knew he was up there.
64 years old.
But they came out in the early 80s.
Oh, so then his kids must be
Yeah, his kids got to be older.
yeah, they got to be grown people. So that he ain't got no more child support.
Well, I hope he don't.
I hope not. True.
People still be dropping them babies.
Yeah. Wouldn't be me. Mm.
Damn.
He became a father the first time at 16, and he eventually fathered 11 more children.
Damn.
He dropped out of high school. Wow. And started performing with his older brothers in clubs and venues in Michigan.
Well, him dropping out of high school didn't hurt him, I'm sure. Except for sex education, he clearly missed that. and they had that class back then.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, back then.
Yeah, back then you had sex. I remember having sex education in high school. I mean, I don't think I learned much in it, but I remember having it.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that too.
Yeah.
Do they still have those type of classes today? Probably not.
Nah.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, on the barge.
Yeah,
Of the DeBarge family.
of the DeBarge family. Big fan.
Motown's finest.
Mhm.
Right.
Damn. 12 kids.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Better
something.
him than me. That's all I can say. I bet Thanksgiving at his house is going to be a riot.
Man.
Yeah. Man, boy.
I wonder, can the kids sing? You need to bring out a DeBarge 2.0, 3.0. What is it? 2.0?
Yeah,
That what they call the second edition? 2.0?
yeah, that's what they call it. 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring that out. Bring them DeBarges out.
Wow. That's crazy.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna do some karaoke up on here.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna just bust out in song.
Oh man, you got pipes, man?
Nah, but
Oh damn.
I'm gonna have a red cup sitting here.
Yeah, karaoke allow you to go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna have a red cup of liquid courage up here.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
And yeah, y'all gonna catch me on one of them nights. I'm gonna just start letting them go.
Oh shit.
Singing my greatest, well, not my greatest hits, some of my favorite hits. Let me say that. I said that like I had an album out, didn't
Yeah.
A lot of stuff out there too.
I? Cause it be in my head. I love music like that.
Mm.
And I mean, I've been known to belt out a few songs in the car by myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the studio.
Yeah.
All our greatest performances.
Yeah.
Right the road.
Cause I ain't a shower guy. I'm a in the car by myself kind of guy.
Solo artist in the car.
Solo for sure.
Right.
It definitely ain't a group effort with me.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna be like Eddie Kane. I'm leaving the group.
David Ruffin.
What's my
David
man?
Ruffin, man.
David Ruffin.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Exactly.
Damn.
That's what they all do.
My name is David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations.
You trying to press Barry Gordy into calling them that. David Ruffin and the Temptations. Just like you did with the Supremes, Barry.
Yeah.
Barry said, yeah, but Diana doing some things for me.
You sing Dean?
Diana was doing some things for me. That's what Barry said.
Oh man.
So I put her name out front.
Yeah. I don't think he wanted to get in that water.
Yeah, David, you can't do what Diana could do for me.
Yeah. Diana gave him a baby, didn't she?
Hey, yes, she did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think old Dave could have produced a seed for Barry. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, that'd have been pretty amazing.
Mm.
And Dave Ruffin did what?
Yeah, that what's his name checked out too, man. Rodney Rogers.
Yeah. R.P. to Rodney Rogers, man.
Peace on Rodney Rogers.
Hell of a ball player. Big fella too.
Big boy, strong
Big
boy.
boy, man. He played on that wing. Could play in the box a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Could shoot it. Left-handed.
Yeah, lefty.
Down Wake Forest. Took his talent to the league. Played. I know he played with Denver Nuggets for a little while. He was on the team when they knocked off Seattle.
Yeah,
On Reggie Williams and Mutombo and all them boys.
on that team.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, Rodney Rogers. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man. He was 54,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been a huge ACC fan for many years. I remember he came to Memphis Bars, and he was the freshman of the year when he came in. He already had an NBA body when he came in.
Mm-hmm.
Strong boy, like you said, and eventually was the ACC Player of the Year, second team All American, ninth pick overall by the Nuggets. I think he won a Six Man of the Year award 1 year, and but what I didn't know was that in '08 he had sustained a spinal injury.
Yeah.
Injury, paralyzed from the shoulders down.
Oh, damn.
So life hadn't really been that great to him, and they're saying that his death was from natural causes related to that spinal injury. So out to his family, 5 kids and a wife and all of that. Yeah, man, that's a being paralyzed from the shoulders down.
Yeah, that's tough.
Wow,
That's tough.
wow. So shout out to old Rodney Rogers, man.
Yeah.
12-year NBA career. He did all right, man. He did all right.
Yeah. For sure.
And
Well, fellas, I know.
shout out, man, I gotta get his name right. Jamil Abdullah Alani, formerly known as H. Rat Brown.
Yeah.
H. Rat Brown, checked out at the age of 82.
In prison.
Where
he should never.
Which is
should not have been in prison, man.
Been in prison. That was some BS. They definitely wanted to lock him up. Based on his tenure with the Black Panthers and what he brought to the table. He didn't back down. They was afraid of the guy. H. Rat Brown was about 6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
So he was an intimidating figure, and he was not against violence. He said that America breeds violence. So yeah, man, I never liked the way that they incarcerated him, and they didn't give him any kind of parole. They say he killed a sheriff or something. But yeah, shout out, man, H. Rat Brown. Definitely a legendary figure.
Yeah, rest in peace, H. Rat Brown. Well, it's been a blast.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on, CB.
Appreciate it, man.
If you're available, we might jump on Friday. I don't know what time yet.
Okay.
But
is there a game on Friday? I thought I saw something where there was a football game on Friday.
Yeah, it is.
Huh. Okay.
It's a game Friday.
You know what time you coming on?
I don't know yet because I think I'm gonna have basketball practice at some point.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do that early.
All right.
Try to do that. Let me see who playing Friday. The Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles playing at 3:00 on Friday.
Okay.
Who? I'm sorry. Who's playing?
Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Huh.
Friday.
Okay. That's a decent
3 p.m.
You said 3:00?
Yep.
That's a pretty decent game.
Yeah. I mean, I might try to come on in the afternoon, you know,
All right.
before the sun go down.
Dig it.
Because it's Friday, you know. I might be out in them streets Friday night.
Yeah, dig it.
Yeah, that's my attempt at humor. Because I'm gonna be right here in this house, warm. Yeah. Them in the streets days is done.
Yeah, let me know if you want. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing Friday. I don't think I have anything planned.
Everybody be hungover from eating turkey all day Thursday and
Right.
eating sweet potato pie, or pumpkin pie if you like that. You know. I mean, to each his own.
I favor sweet potato.
Yeah. Turkey and stuffing.
All the fixings.
All the fixings, that you can get, get on a plate, pile it up on a plate like it ain't gonna be nothing left over. I mean, plates you can take home. Those of y'all that are going to somebody's house, man, don't be so goddamn greedy, man, with the taking the plates home. Shit, be taking taking 10 plates full. You got any more of them pans left? I mean, you got any more of them 10
you
pans?
gotta come with your own Tupperware, man.
Don't do that.
You gotta come with your own Tupperware.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
If I go to my fam,
Mhm.
I'm coming with my own Tupperware. If I'm coming to like a friend, then I ain't doing that. But like fam,
yeah, and if you take something and you realize that they didn't use what you took, don't be trying to take it back. Don't be trying to take it back. Y'all didn't use them sodas. I'm gonna go ahead now. Leave them here.
right,
Leave them here. Don't be trying to take the sodas back.
right.
Then you grabbing sodas you ain't even bring.
Right.
Don't do that. These are some of the don'ts.
Right.
For the Thanksgiving holiday.
Right.
This Thursday.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't be trying to change the channel in my crib.
Yeah, please don't do that.
No. What you for the remote for? Put your hand down.
Yeah. Don't do that. No, we're not changing the channel. It's football and turkey.
Right.
That.
Is there any basketball coming on?
There's probably some college.
Okay.
Some college going on.
There was a good game earlier. Good college game early on this evening. Tennessee and Houston. Tennessee got the dub. It was a good game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I want everybody to have a good Thanksgiving, really about the family. I don't get too much up on the turkey and the pilgrims and the Indians and all that foolishness. Enjoy your families, man. Spend time with your loved ones. Hug the children's. 12 if you're elder barge, and your grandchildren, and spend some time with your families. And think about your friends and love. If you got some extra food, man, feed somebody that's a little less fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are real humble this time of year. They don't want to tell you that they hurting. But I always try to help when I can. And I ain't gonna post it. I ain't gonna post videos of me feeding somebody. I ain't gonna do that. They already feeling bad enough that they ain't eating. So I ain't gonna put my little spin on it. But yeah, help somebody that needs some help, man. And spread some love. And thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribing to the channel, man. I keep telling y'all this.
Yeah.
Watch that show every week, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the comments. Follow my man on the Brooks Blackboard.
Y'all better subscribe, man. He already said he coming soon with some karaoke. Y'all don't want to miss that.
You don't miss that.
Oh no.
You don't want to miss that.
You don't miss that.
No.
Right.
Because see, I come on here and then I'm gonna have to put the shades on and might have to put on a suit.
Oh shit.
I already know he gonna throw down on Stevie Wonder. Where were you when I needed you last winter?
Where were you?
right. Very worthy. That's right.
Yeah, I was listening to that today.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
good old Steve Land.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I don't
yeah.
want to miss that.
Yeah, you see, you get me on this music, man. I'll be here another 2-3 hours.
Right. You
Oh
already
man.
said we're gonna have the red cup.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. With on the rocks.
Cup,
Let me
cup
see my
full of
Land.
courage.
Yeah. So let me throw this out there. Speaking of music,
Mhm.
I hear I come on. I be on. I scroll on TikTok, whatever,
Mhm.
and they be having these people they be kind of breaking songs. Then we gonna have to do that too.
Okay.
And we gonna have to do that. We gonna have to probably gotta do it on TikTok because they let you play a little music over there.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they was breaking down Michael Jackson, "Lady in My Life,"
Okay.
one of the most classic love songs
Yeah.
ever written and sang.
Absolutely.
You know, but and I mean that's one of my favorites. You know what I mean? But when you breaking it down to lyric by lyric, line by line, Michael really loved that woman, whoever she was.
He meant that shit.
Michael meant that,
Yep.
you know. And I'm gonna leave on that note. But that was strong. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
Right.
pull up "The Lady in My Life" and just listen to the words.
It's on Thriller.
The greatest album ever put out.
That's
Mm.
indeed.
But go listen to that and listen to the lyrics.
Listen to it.
Listen to the lyrics and come back next week or Friday, matter of fact,
Mm.
and tell me about it.
Mm.
The Lady in My Life.
Mm.
Michael Jackson was in
Mm.
love with that woman, whoever
Mm.
she was.
Mm.
Was, man.
He meant
Mm.
that shit.
Mm.
And that was the woman he made up with after She's Out of My Life. You know, she
'Cause he
was
was
out of his
hurt.
life, and he meant that too.
He was hurt.
Yeah, he was crushed,
Mm.
He cried
devastated,
at the end of the song.
cried real tears,
Yeah. Right.
real tears.
Right.
And then that was off the wall. And then a couple years in between, I think they put out the Triumph album as the Jacksons, and then he came with that the Thriller. But he had found love again.
Right.
He figured out Billie Jean, the kid wasn't his and whatnot.
One head. One head.
So what's the name of the first song again?
She's Out of My Life.
She's Out of My Life.
Lady in My Life.
She's Out of My Life. He cried at the end, and he was
Mm.
heartbroken,
Mm.
distraught,
Mm.
and he got his footing back, and he moonwalked on the stage and all this stuff. Man, moonwalked right into this new woman, the lady of his life.
Mm.
Unbelievable. Go listen to them lyrics though.
Lady in My Life.
Lady of My Life. I wish I could play it. I wish I could play it right now, but I know they'll flag me and kick me off of YouTube for playing music. But
And
Oh
Bob,
yeah, they'll do that.
yeah,
Oh, maybe it's the
it's
is it a copyright issue?
yeah,
yeah, I think he only can play it for a few seconds or
yeah,
something.
yeah. And I don't want that kind of smoke.
You know the rules. Yeah.
Right,
I don't want to mess with the Jackson estate.
right.
And that
Bring you
song
to YouTube court.
that you were talking about, Lady in My Life, that song was written by Rod Temperton, who's from Heatwave fame.
Yeah, one of the greatest songwriters in history.
Greatest songwriters ever, man. Rod Temperton, rest
Yeah,
in
some
peace.
of
Rod.
the songs he wrote, man. Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
He's an incredible writer, and he's written a lot of great songs for Michael and a whole lot of other people. He hot man, always and forever, and all them songs they. Rod Temperton, man, was a powerful dude, writer from the UK.
Yeah, y'all talk about the mix. See, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
See, this is the mix.
This is the mix.
And and see the way my mind works, I just be wondering what is it that when you writing these songs, these profound songs, man. What are you going through to
Right.
come up with these lyrics
Mhm.
and to put these things together? Like, we talk about Stevie. Stevie, one of my favorites,
Mhm.
and I'm just amazed,
Mhm.
Stevie, because Stevie ain't seen nothing.
No, yeah,
Stevie ain't seen nothing,
nothing.
but his lyrics are timeless.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rod Temperton, like you say, man, he got hits on top of hits on top of hits on top of hits on top of hits that he wrote.
that he wrote. Yeah,
That he wrote. And he ain't much of a singer,
no,
but his writing, oh my goodness,
incredible.
unbelievable. Maurice White and them boys, man. Some of them lyrics.
Ooh. Ooh.
Earth, Wind,
Ooh.
and Fire, man. Come on, man.
EWF, man. That's it for me, man.
Yeah. See, I didn't woke CB.
Shining light, gratitude. Stop.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, anytime. See, here we go. I was ready to sign off about a half hour ago, and we still going. See, this
You
goddamn
started talking about music, man.
I can't help it.
You have to probably do it like a show and just do like a mix
right,
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
right.
It's coming.
and just talk about like music or something, you know?
But I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire had a song called "After the Love Is Gone."
Yeah,
At, come on, man.
yeah.
How could you leave? How could you leave me on?
Feed me on. He said, yep,
EWF was bad,
Man.
man.
Yeah, we go.
Ship
Yeah,
Fantasy. Damn.
the sports mix music special is coming.
it's coming.
Goodness gracious, because I'm telling you,
I got the Gratitude album right over there, man, from back like in the 70s, man.
man. See, I need a bigger place. My record collection is tucked away somewhere.
Mm,
But once I get into a bigger space,
mm.
and I'm gonna have my stuff set up like it was the 70s and 80s.
You
With
got
the
is that vinyl? You talking about vinyl?
oh yeah,
Ooh.
I got a whole closet full of it.
Ooh. You go in and check it on it every once in a while, man, because sometimes like the heat or whatever.
Oh no, I don't have to, it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. Yeah, I got a pretty nice collection.
Mm.
I got some
You used to
good
DJ.
stuff in there. Yeah. I got some stuff. I got some stuff in the closet.
You got crates.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, you got crates. I dig
For
it.
sure.
Like real crates. You got
Real
real
crates.
crates.
Real crates with real music in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember
That's
that
how I
guy
do
was
it.
a DJ. That guy was a DJ. You know.
So you broke many a needle.
Right.
I wasn't heavy handed though.
Okay.
But I've broken a few needles for sure.
Because you got some cats don't even know what a needle means. Like, huh? What?
Right.
You understand what I mean?
Think you drawing blood.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, listen. Listen. We definitely gonna have to do something with this music thing.
Yep.
We might have to pick a song of the week and just listen to it line for line,
Right.
and break it down,
Oh.
you know.
Oh man.
Yeah. Get some real analysis.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Get some real analysis on some
Right.
tunes.
Man. You saying some shit now, man.
Yeah. I try to say some shit every now and again.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Every now and again, I try to spill something up off off the top of the dome.
Right.
You know, See, my portfolio is a little diverse. I was a rapper for about 15 minutes.
That's right. That's right.
I got some songs recorded on cassette.
Yeah.
If I had something to play them on, I'd play them for y'all.
Yeah. Me too, man. I would have to find it. I got a couple
Yeah,
on cassette
I know where mine's at.
during my hip hop career.
Yeah, hey, You know, I got a little diversity in my portfolio. I DJ'd. I was a rapper for a minute.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, promoted a couple of parties. You know,
Right.
hey, sports talk host, coach.
Yeah. When that music show come out, man, I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna have to find my tape.
Yeah. Well, the question is, do you have something to play it on?
Yeah, that could be.
Mm.
That's the problem.
It is.
I got a whole rack of tapes and nothing to play them on.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's technology is like
Yeah, you get laughed out of somewhere. You pop up with some tapes. You might well throw a VCR on top of the TV.
right.
Well, you can't even put it on top of the TV because TV's about this thick now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Well, fellas, I think I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be looking for me.
I think so, man. So.
If they found out I was still here doing the sports mix at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they'd be like, wait a minute, he's supposed to be here.
Where is it?
You know. And again, man, I want everybody to make sure y'all have, safe holiday. Safe holiday. It's a long weekend for some of us.
Mm-hmm.
So once I'm off tomorrow, I'm off till Monday. So I want everybody to enjoy, man, have a good time with your family and friends. You know, look at some sports. Make sure you're telling your friends about the sports mix, subscribing, following. You know, hit me up if you got some things you want to talk about, some ideas you want to see come to fruition. The show is growing, taking things to the next level in 2026. It's amazing to even say that. 2026.
damn, it's coming. It's coming.
2026, man. Wow.
It's 30-something days.
Yeah, we right here.
Mm.
It's here.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, it's been a blast, fellas.
Absolutely.
Another strong show. Another strong out. The Ravens are in first place. Did we tell y'all that? Ravens in first place. Steelers. What you say, CB? They got the glass. Their hands up, face pressed up against the glass,
Got their nose pressed on, man.
blowing bubbles.
Right. And it's cold outside.
Yeah, a little freezing out there.
I want to come in.
Maybe next week.
Right.
Yeah, but gentlemen, man, I appreciate y'all.
Always a blessing.
I do it again. Hey, man, we coming on Friday. I don't know what time yet, but we gonna be on here Friday.
All right, man. Just send me some of the math, some of the info.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have some fun with it Friday.
All right.
As the Ravens beat up on these Bengals.
Yeah, that's gonna be a beat up.
And you heard it here first. What you say about the Steelers, Dean?
Hey, man, they will not make the playoffs this year.
Stamp it.
Damn.
Stamp it.
And our boy Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat if they don't make them playoffs.
Stamp it.
Yeah.
Stamp it. And we out on that note. Ain't nothing else to be said. Yes, indeed.